Hello racers, what is going on, and welcome to the third round of the ERL F1 Sunday season. We're here today in a very rainy Styria for the Austrian Grand Prix. I'm currently tied with Ian Balin for the lead of the championship, and as you can see here in the official standing of the league, I'm actually, despite the tiebreaker rules, I'm credited with leading the championship altogether. So it's been a pretty successful season for me so far. I may also add at this point that this is the first race of this F1 Sunday season in the ERL to be live streamed, so I think I'm gonna get exposed right here today. I think I got these two P2s in Bahrain and Spain. Oh, that's a nice rhyme. But I got these P2 places mainly because of luck. And finally, today the world is gonna see that I'm actually the slowest driver in this league of them all. I don't think I can call myself an average player in general anymore, based on how I destroyed several online grids on pace on this game. But still, I am the slowest driver in this league, or one of the slowest. Here I am trying to improve my original time, which puts me third to last with a 1:15.6. And I'm not managing it. I don't really have excuses, like I'm running 7.6 wings, but the race is gonna be sunny anyway, so I don't think the other cars are running higher wings than that, and still I just can't brake. You could see there I just drifted out into the blue runoff area, and I have one more idea to improve the time. As you can see, I switched ABS back on to see if maybe that can help slow me the car down, because I suspect a lot of people in this league actually run ABS and the racing line, but I'm sticking to my normal assist, and I actually made it through turn 1, so let's see how this lap will go as I head down through turn 2. Well, heading now down towards turn 2.
We've only got
and
2 laps
is there gonna be an improvement in the first sector? No, it's not. It's a red first sector, and I'm gonna again outbrake myself with ABS and drift out onto the blue. And
I'd take a set of intermediates.
well,
in
okay,
these
Jeff,
unpredictable
so
conditions.
intermediate it is. So I'm gonna take intermediates and go for one final time, because the entire session has been run on wets. So intermediates, right? Let's pick them. Oh, recommended compound. But Jeff said intermediates, right? So the recommended compound
easy
is
to
surely
start with.
intermediates, right?
Track's wet.
No, it's fucking wets. It's literally wets. Like, how? I hate this game sometimes. Like, how? Literally, it was Jeff's suggestion to go onto the inters, and it was like, oh, the recommended compound? No, it's the wets. I'm gonna throw in the towel. I'm gonna rage quit from this qualifying session, just start last. I'm just done with it. I'm just totally done with it, and the race has not even begun. Wow. The only, like, saving grace, or the only positive, is that Ian Balin, my championship rival, has had a poor quali session. He's only P6, but that is mainly because he didn't get a flying lap on the intermediates, because I think on pure pace he may be the fastest driver in this league. But anyway, we go to 3 red lights, 4 red lights, 5 red lights, and it's lights out. Not yet, now it's lights out, and away we go for the Austrian Grand Prix here on the ERL F1 Sunday season. It's been a good start for me on the softs, and Ian Balin, my championship rival, has immediately been spun by someone, and he's gone into the runoff area down at turn 1. I've made another position on Kefko, as I'm the only guy in the back to start on the soft tires. I just wanted to do a little bit of an alternate strategy. Well, it's the primary strategy, but everyone wants alternate, so I get it. I guess it's alternate now, as the McLaren got spun around there, and that moves me up into P8. As we now head down towards turn 4, nearly going into the back of the Haas, as he just slows down excessively there. But I do manage to hang on to my car for the time being. Well, I don't really have the pace advantage I was hoping for, as the guys are battling ahead. And this is the same McLaren that denied me of my win in Spain by causing the safety car. And guess what? He's now spinning on purpose and trying to cut another safety car. At least that was what I think he's doing, because you just don't casually spin 3 times in 2 laps, unless this is your first day on the game. So this is absolutely disgusting behavior from that guy, as he finally retires. Good riddance. He is there. He has been lapped just before he retired anyway. so there was nothing left for that guy, and I'm just stuck in the DRS train. And you know what's the round table topic of these league races? You could see it right there. The strict track limits. I mean, yes, the regular track limits are a bit lenient, but the strict track limits around Austria are very, very annoying, as now I'm gonna try and go past Duke the Cool in the house, his first race in this league. Draining my ERS, but I stopped using it. There's a bit of contact there, heading down into turn 1. We both nearly spun, and I don't think it's anything we did wrong, it's just how the corner tightens up, and I should have been a little more vigilant trying to make a move into that. He let me through. I mean, it's nice, but it wasn't necessary. I would have been satisfied enough without him letting me through. And the one thing that's happened, we lost the DRS from the leaders. There was an 8-car DRS train, and we've lost contact because of that little tapping, should I say, we had in turn 1. And now he's gonna try to regain that position. He goes through on the left, and then, well,
okay, focus.
I mean, it's GG's at this point. I still can fight him, of course, but we've lost the DRS train. I am Bolin has recovered his past Kefko, and now he's catching up on these mediums. I don't know where the crossover point is, but I still have enough life in these tires and enough ERS, just barely enough ERS, to try and go around the outside of Duke the Cool into turn 2 and hopefully try and catch this DRS train. But as you can see, Gaby in session, who started from P2 on the softs, here is struggling heavily. He's dropped back down 4 places into P6. So that soft to medium strat not working right now, and I'm still going side by side with Duke the Cool. He's now on the right, so I'm gonna have the inside for this corner. I'm gonna go a bit wide there. Well, I nearly went wide. I think he gave me a little tap in the back now, but it's all fair and square. I think now gonna try to retake this position, of course not in this final sequence of corners, because it's too tight to make a move, even tighter than turn 1. But now I'm gonna do the same mistake that he did initially and allowed me to get a run on him. I ran a little bit wide, exiting the final corner. Now he's gonna have a run into turn 1, and I'm gonna avoid what we had earlier. I gave him all the space in the wall, and he slipped through back ahead into P7. The tires quite worn, as now Westboy, the pole sitter and long-time race leader, I believe, has come into the pits to change onto the mediums, and that has inspired me on the end of lap 10. I'm now coming into the pits, slowing down there nicely for the pit speed limit, and onto the mediums tires I will go, and hopefully try to make it to the end of the race. I've done a practice race, one practice race before this one, and
Go now.
the medium tires were, well, the wear was okay, but my driving was not okay, and everything has been there. I have been stabbed, backstabbed, or whatever you wanna call it, backstabbed by the curb of death, but I decided that I was not gonna die today. I saved it. No one has seen it, I'm just joking. One of the commentators was on board with me at that very moment. But it wasn't shown on the mainstream, as now we can see if I can match Westboy's pace. No, I can't, but it's
Gap to car in
I'm
front
1/10
is
off his
6.2
fastest lap,
seconds.
and it's my new personal fastest, a 1:66. And now here's Safu with 12 seconds of pens. And if you remember him from Spain, he's picking up quite a lot of penalties in this league, as he now is gonna come into the pits. I think he had a damaged front wing, so he's been in some sort of accident, and now my teammate and Duke the Cool are both in the pits, and I'm gonna undercut the latter and easily get ahead of him. But he is now gonna be on that faster soft compound tire, as Safu comes in to retire. I get my first track limits penalty of the day. In the mentioned practice race, I miraculously managed to complete the entire practice race without getting a penalty, but that's not gonna be repeated. I'm just trying too hard basically in the actual league race, and now here comes Westboy, so something must have happened to him. He was quite a bit up the road, and he's got no front wing. The Williams has got no front wing, and that's another undeserved position for me as I move up. As I move up now into P7, this is not the net position. What's gonna happen here now? And there's yellow flags, and someone has been spun around there. And there's the Alfa Romeo in the runoff area. That's Kefko, who has been running a very, very good race all the time in clean air, just conserving his medium tires, but now he has been it. He's not gonna be ahead of me now. I mean, he hasn't made his pit stop yet, and he's already behind. And that moves me up into P5. Everyone now has penalties, so the field has been leveled a little bit. But what you may start to notice at this point is my fuel level. Well, I only took 0.7 extra lap of fuel because I thought there was gonna be a safety car. In the previous 2 races of this league, there were 2 safety cars in each. So I knew the fuel was gonna go draining massively. So I took this 0.7 of fuel and expected to see a safety car. But there has not been one. There has simply not been one. And now I'm in the danger of not finishing this race at all. I was already going to finish poorly, and now I'm in the danger of not finishing at all. I'm gonna try my hardest here to save that fuel, because it's still going down, and there are still 15 laps to go, or 16 rather, as I am Bolin and Bakia Ships, who is actually the owner of this league, they now go into the pits. Here comes Duke the Cool, my rival from the first stint, and he easily zips ahead. And that is a blessing in disguise for me, because now I can stay in his DRS and just save fuel that way. I haven't really figured out how to lift and coast on this game. I know what lifting and coasting is, and I used it on F1 2020, but the same technique is just not working for me this year, as now Bakia goes ahead of me. I also didn't defend that, because I need their slipstream, I need their DRS to just finish this race basically. I have the fuel, I'm running out of fuel, as now Bakia just zooms ahead of Duke the Cool, heading down into turn 3. But he's got 18 seconds of penalties, so I don't think I'm much under pressure to keep with him, because I only have 3 at this stage in the race. Of course I'm gonna pick up more, and now... that's strange. Duke the Cool, I think he must be. I mean, it's certain now. He's on the 2-stop strategy, and he's coming for another set of softs. And that, although it looks like, hooray, extra position, that is not okay at all. I now have no slipstream. Bakia is already 3.5 seconds ahead, now nearly 5 seconds ahead, as I am Bolin, my championship rival, now on softs. He goes down the inside, and he zips through. He's now up into P4, and I'm gonna lose my championship lead if the race ends like this. He really is the fastest guy in this league on raw pace. I mean, he came from last to P4 on pace, as I get stabbed by the curve of death again. Now he goes Queen MH, the other Mercedes, and now this is the guy that I'm gonna try to hang on to and use that slipstream and the DRS to save my fuel, because still there's nothing that has been saved up. All the fuel, all the towing that I was doing behind Duke the Cool was only enough to keep the fuel at the level it already was. It wasn't saving or anything, so I just need to be constantly behind another car to save to maintain the fuel level basically, because otherwise I'm not gonna finish this race. But well, what you can do as a racing driver if that happens? I mean, I have to pass him at this point. He nearly spun under traction, exiting turn 3, and just had to pass him, but I'm gonna let myself be repassed again in a matter of several corners, because I'm not gonna finish. I'm just not gonna finish. The fuel is just... it's been a terrible strategy mistake for me, but there's a stroke of luck. It's I am Bolin. My championship rival has been it by himself. With just 6 laps remaining, he's into the gravel trap, and he's lost his right front wing end plate. As I got so excited, I got my 3rd time penalty of the day. I am Bolin is gonna have to pit, and I'm gonna regain my championship lead as it stands, as I move up into P4, but with Quinn right on my tail, which is still a blessing, because I'm just gonna let him through soon, or expose myself to be passed. So far, from like the halfway point, it doesn't seem like I've been exposing myself as a slow driver, because I did a fabulous undercut, and I really deserve every success that comes my way in this race, because the guys that were in front, they just binned it. Safu binned it, Westboy binned it, Kevko too. I am Polin, my championship driver, has completely binned his chances of taking over the lead fully, because I was tied with him earlier, And now Queen the Mage, he's not trying to make a move on me yet. And you can look at the fuel. I need to let him through soon, because otherwise I'm not gonna finish. As the tire wear warning now comes up, my front left is at 60%, which is not gonna be much of an issue.
He's going to close in. Oh, and yeah, there's contact. Well, anyway, braking too early, as usual.
And now I'm getting roasted by the commentators even. Like, just leave me alone, mate. I'm trying to finish this race. Just bicker off, bro. I'm trying to save enough fuel to finish this race. This is such a dramatic situation and funny. Even when I was driving this, I wasn't really that nervous. It was just funny to me. And I'm never taking that few liters of fuel again. Just thanks. One time is enough. I couldn't really push for the last 15 laps of this race. Let's go back to the leaders again.
Gaby is going to make a move here. Oh, they collide and Gaby spins.
That is definitely going to go to the stewards because Gaby.
That was Gaby's
going to the
fault.
stewards.
I think that's Gaby's fault, man.
That's a nasty bit of contact there for Gaby in session as we pass the disconnected Streak and Alpine, and that's gonna be another position. P2 is basically secured at this stage. My team has comfortably won. The Mercedes have astronomical amounts of penalties. How the hell do I keep getting away with my poor performance? It's just amazing. I'm keeping the streak of P2 finishes going, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers!